It's Monday. You know what that means, but it's a special Monday because it's IndyCar night on iRacing with IndyCars at Talladega. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gazzo. Welcome to the race first coverage of round 9 of season 4 of the 2022 Monday night Indy Fix Top Split, coming to you from the World Center of Speed. Not quite, but it should be. That should be their nickname, but they're the biggest and the baddest at Talladega Super Speedway. As always, joining me in the booth for expert analysis for the NHR Esports team in the Lionheart IndyCar Series, presented by Bud Kicker and Stephen Larkamp. And also joining us, he's a regular participant in the IIS. Please welcome Justin Petshower. So, guys, we are just minutes away from probably what's going to be the craziest race of the season getting underway. 45 laps on the biggest and fastest oval that we know of in regular operation. IndyCar does not come here for real. There's a reason for that. However, in the virtual world, things are different. We have a lot of the regular suspects that we see every week in the Indy Fix Series who will be here in the lineup tonight, but a lot of new drivers we have not seen who are entered into this contest. Justin, I'm going to start with you tonight because some of these guys are making the switch that you have. It's from NASCAR to IndyCar because you've made that jump. What is one thing that the NASCAR driver will experience that they may not be prepared for tonight due to their unfamiliarity with the Dallara IR18 at this specific race course?
I'm going to give a sarcastic answer first, and then I'll give my real answer. Sarcastic answer first. You want to know my opinion on that one?
Go ahead.
On what they're going to face.
All right.
That's the sarcastic answer. The real answer. They are in for one hell of a rude awakening. These cars are faster, they're lighter, they run to the deck, basically. It's going to be, you thought high-speed chess in either the Gen 6, the Gen 4, Gen 5, the boxy-ass COT, or the crappy-ass parts next gen. Yes, I went there. You thought that was high-speed chess at 200 plus miles an hour? Let's ramp that up by about 50 or so, 50 plus miles an hour. It's going to be insane. You're going to see 3 wide. You can go 3 wide here. If you dare try 4 wide, you can get away with it in the tri-oval. You can't get away with it on
anywhere else, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere else. You can only get away with it in the tri-oval. That's it. So,
Steven, we're going to make a difference today. Normally, I give the same question to both of you, but I have a different question for you. So, Steven, to quote WWE's Triple H, are you ready?
I want to say I am ready, but my mind may not be ready for the stuff we are about to see tonight, because, as Justin mentioned before, we're basically taking what we're doing with the stock cars, except, of course, you can't bump draft in these cars. If you do, you are going to be in for a rude awakening of the highest order, and we're going to be going even faster, upwards of 50 miles an hour faster. You will see people going 250 miles an hour. I was just out there warming up earlier today. I was touching that in the draft, and that's going to be a massive, massive factor. Of course, you got to know your limits with this sort of thing, and you got to know the closing rates, and that closing rate could catch a lot of people out and could cause a massive wreck. And of course, Talladega, as we all know, it is no stranger to the big one. It patented the big one. We could certainly see that if these guys are not careful. And really, this race could go any way you could think of. both strategy-wise and the racecraft itself. So we are definitely in for a treat tonight, folks.
So,
and I'm just gonna say this.
Make her quick. Make her quick.
The ones that didn't qualify have done a very smart choice.
And we're going to have quite a lot of those. But here we go. Here's all you need to know about the official and unofficial track records at Talladega. IndyCar has never officially raced at Talladega. Talladega was on the 1980 USAC Champ Car schedule, but was canceled. Okay, A.J. Foyt came here in 1974, which he set a world closed course record. We'll talk about that here in a second. There is an urban legend, and some of it might have been recently confirmed, that Nigel Mansell and Newman Haas did a test here in '93 in Mansell's Lola Ford back then. During the Newman Haas auction, I guess there was a book there that showed them going to Talladega but having the date crossed off. So we don't know that for sure, but there is an urban legend. If he did test here, no one knows why, and no one knows what any of his lap times were. Open wheelers have raced at Talladega before, albeit the combined oval and infield road course in the form of Formula Vs and Formula Fords in 1970. And I want to thank the world famous NASCAR man on Twitter for giving me that information. He has been a world of help when we've been to NASCAR only tracks where we've had IndyCar. So as you know by now, Talladega, of course, is where the first 200-mile-per-hour barrier officially fell for the modern era of racing. Buddy Baker turned a lap of 200.447 miles per hour in March of 70 to establish the mark. By comparison, the first 200-mile-per-hour lap to be turned at Indianapolis was not set until 77, when Tom Steva turned a lap of 200.535. The official Cup Series track record here at Talladega has been set by Bill Elliott, of course, in the spring of '87, unrestricted with a 212.809 miles per hour record. However, June of 2004, Rusty Wallace brought an unrestricted car here for test and did a lap of 216.309 miles per hour to up the record, albeit unofficially. 4 open wheelers. A.J. Foyt set a world closed course record here in August of 74 in his trademark Gilmore Racing Orange Coyote IndyCar with a speed of 217.854 miles per hour. This will be the open wheel record until Rick Mears beat it at Michigan in 1986. For Foyt, this was the same car he sat on the pole in Indianapolis the previous May with the best lap of 192.555. That's an incredible 25 miles per hour between his record lap at Talladega and his pole run at Indianapolis. And believe it or not, that pole run at Indianapolis, their cars were restricted from going much faster that year because they almost broke the 200 mile per hour year about the year before. So let's get into the starting lineup, Steven. We're underway.
And here's something to consider. Our pole sitter, the number 14 of Rodrigo Franzoni, again, a good qualifying effort. The pace he's put here right now, that pole position time, 245.5 miles an hour. That would be the closed course world speed record in itself if this were real. Alongside him, the number 11 of Alexandre Ragon. Trey Shadid will start third in the number 4. He'll be alongside the 7 of Alex Van de Sant, the winner a few weeks ago on the show at Richmond. Bruno Romanzini's number 25 will start 5th alongside Adriano Fraporti in the 16. Mark Murphy and Chris Wilhite, 2 championship contenders, make up row 4, 7th and 8th. Christopher Demerit will returns to the series in the number 1 machine. He'll start 9th alongside Stephen Lee in the 18, rounding up the top 10. Edson Santos and Alan Morea will make up row 6, 26, and 22. Matt Houston, the boss man, will start 13th alongside Gavin Sanders in the number 15, starting in P14. Row 8, Zach Spreitzer in the 20, and Tony Pizarro in the number 5. Row number 9, Sam R. Johnson in the 13, and William K. Price in the 24. Row 10, Aaron Likens, the man in the flag stand every weekend in the real-life NTT IndyCar Series. He will start 19th, the first driver not supposed to qualify time, alongside Alex Krapser in the number 8. Dylan Moskowitz in the number 9 will start 21st, alongside A.J. Musselman in the 10. Hamilton Akabueze and Jeff Murray will be row number 12. On the final row of the grid, Matthew Mercer in the 21 and Nate Brody in the 23. And, gentlemen, are we ready for really insane 250-mile-an-hour action at Talladega? I think I am at this point. And apparently Franzoni is. He's got his foot down. Green flag flies. We are underway in Alabama. Ragon has a look to the outside.
Yeah, it won't take long, though, even though they've already spread out. That was a heck of a jump from the start by
Yeah,
Rodrigo Franzoni.
he didn't want to waste any time going on here.
No, he did not. But
No, he didn't.
But as you can see, even though you get that hell of a jump start, it doesn't take long for that field to catch back up. And look at here we go.
There's
It's the
Alex
same
Van
sort
on
of
the
stuff you see in the
outside,
stock
and
car.
Alex just goes right on by, just like you see in actually the stock car race. So when you get too big of a lead, IndyCar will get a run on you, just pass you right on by, and he moves right on by, takes the lead. Going into the tri-oval, here comes the first lap. What are the times?
Beautiful start by Alex Van de Sant, now holding the bottom line for that massive run of momentum he got there. Franzoni tucks him behind the second. And look at Chris Demerit looking to the outside with Alexander Vergon in tow. And that high line could definitely work if you got a lot of momentum here, but with as close as the pack is becoming right now, it's going to be hard to get that run you need. Demerit is certainly going to give it a go, though.
Yeah, Demerit goes to the high side there, takes the lead going off into turn 3, but it's not going to be enough as they're still side by side going through. I believe that is Demerit and Alex Van de Sant still side by side, but look at this. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, almost 4 or 5 rows deep of 2-wide racing at over 240 miles an hour. I believe that's about over 400 kilometers an hour, if I'm not mistaken.
That'd be 248 miles an hour, will be 400 clicks. So people are definitely going to be getting up to that at points. We've seen speeds of 250 miles an hour in the draft, but of course, in a lot of those cases, you're going to have to get a big run to do it. Demerit still holding to that outside line there. Vergon still tucking in behind. Stephen Lee is the driver right behind him, and Chris Wilhite is the third car in line on the bottom side of the race course. And this is going to be where the tricky part lies. And I believe, as we said before, I believe this was brought up before, it's quite possible this could be a two-stop race if the fuel numbers don't play out the way they were. So if you're in someone like Alex Van de Sant's position, you're definitely going to be burning a lot more fuel. So the guys behind them are probably going to be looking for some sort of strategic advantage if indeed that is the case.
Yeah, we think for a lot of the field, 19 to 21, somewhere in there. That's right where the window might open up if they're in the draft and they can stay in the draft and they can economize. They got to get to that 23, 24 lap point to make it a one-stopper.
That's one of the things you got to consider, because this track is as big as Indianapolis. Well, bigger than Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It's like 2.66 miles in length. The interesting thing, of course, being that Indianapolis, you've seen runs about 30 laps there. So that's definitely an interesting thing to consider. The fuel mileage here probably a lot worse in that regard. Of course, they're going a lot faster, consistently speaking, than they would at the Brickyard.
We got VDS, Demerit, Franzoni, Vergon, Wilhite, Lee, Romanzini, Morera, Matt Houston, the boss man, and Gavin Sanders both working their way up into the top 10.
And another thing to also consider, even though they're going well over 230 plus, close to 240 plus miles an hour, the dizzying spell is almost non-existent here compared to what you would get at the new Atlanta.
The bit of vertigo that the drivers actually suffered in 2001 at Texas. Yeah. So right now the high line seems to be the expressway to the front. As Demerit started there, he's up to the front. Here's Matt Houston. He's now the fourth car in line up top.
Good start by the 17 machine from 13th up to 8th, trying to run that high line here. And seems like we're getting ourselves into a bit of a regimented pattern right now. The guys they're realizing just what sort of situation they're in right now. These guys don't want to be fighting too early for positions that wouldn't be worth it. It's Chris Demerit still trying to hold on to that right rear wheel of Alex Van de Sant. He's been leading since the drop of the green, even though he started 4th on the grid. A very good start by VDS. So these guys seem to be getting themselves into a rhythm right now. They know what racing at Talladega entails. Even if they don't do it very often, they've seen it enough times to know what to do and what not to do, it would seem.
Riding along with the boss man, currently in P8, Matt Houston on the fourth car in line up in the top lane. You get an idea of what it is like to race here. Look at this, he sucks right up to the back end of Lee, and he actually feathers the throttle a little bit. You can see on his dashboard, his digital dash, not all the lights are being lit, so that means he's not using 100% throttle. He is back there saving some fuel. He is now 4th in line, currently 8th on the racetrack where he's currently placed. Look at the instability. I mean, a lot of these cars are being danced around. The wind and the turbulence is real here, and Stephen Lee is bouncing around as a result of it.
Yeah, you really got to be careful. It may look like a very simple track, and it feels that way in a lot of Cup equipment. But in these things, even the slightest bit of turbulence can throw you off. Look at this 3-wide action here. Is that Stephen Lee up on the high line?
Stephen Lee says, you know what? I've had enough of this. I got a big run. I'm going to go for it.
Going for the lead, 3-wide in the turn number 1. Stephen Lee up on the high line between Demerit and Alex Van der Sande.
Not going to be enough.
That he's going to get a run. He might get a run down the backstretch here.
I don't know. They're going to try to make it 4 wide. No, they're not.
3 wide. It's still 3 wide. Stephen Lee up on the high line there with Franzoni and Alexandre gone.
Oh, he slides back in the spot.
The third position slides back in there. Very generous of the car behind him to let him back in there.
Riding back along with the boss man. He was following up to the front. Aaron Likens now right in front of him.
I was about to say, don't look down, but look at who's sitting 11th.
Yeah, he's wearing that
Actually,
yeah, he's wearing that Gallus Racing Allenser Jr. livery from the early 90s.
Beautiful paint scheme, of course. Always a great one, in my opinion. But Aaron Likens from 19th to 8th. And I guess he really is enjoying his time not being the guy waving the flag this time. Likens, great start, up 11 positions. Let's see if he can make that even more so.
I've actually had a chance to run against Aaron Likens before in the long-defunct 16th Street Racing League, if anybody remembers that from the early days of iRacing with the IndyCar. And one of the most respectable racers around. Great story that he has surrounding how he got to become the flagman, not just for SCUSA, but also for the greatest form of racing, in my opinion, that is the IndyCar Series. As well as another life journey that most people don't even know about.
Well, here is in a new livery this week, Trey Shadid. He's in a red, black, and gray livery. He is on the bottom line. His teammate, Mark Murphy. Murph is back to 21st. He's kind of hanging out back there. We're back up front. They are really going. Lee decided he wanted to go 3 wide again. It's going to cost him a position as Ragon is going to follow through Demerit and get the position. The two Bread King cars.
Look at the runs.
Yes.
Look at the runs that Aaron Likens and somebody else got up before going into turn 3. They just pulled them back, the leader.
Beautiful stuff there. They're caught up really quick, especially after Stephen Lee tried to make another bid on the high line there. He gets a lot of momentum up there, but then he just loses it because he's got nobody to draft off of.
Yeah, nowhere to go up there. And the top line now has been joined by the boss man. We've been watching him. Right behind him, another teammate of mine, Gavin Sanders, and then AJ Musselman. These three have worked together numerous times in races, so they are pairing up, or in this case, getting a threesome going, and they're going to go try to maybe figure out a way to work their way up front. I imagine everybody right now on back from the leaders is trying to save some fuel.
Yeah, that's what I'd imagine they'd be doing too, especially if we're going to be right on the borderline with being able to make it on one stop. I see a lot of these guys are going to be feathering back, run a higher fuel map setting, save themselves every little bit of fuel they can. We'll see how well that works out for them because we're going to be knocking on the door of a pit stop cycle pretty soon.
Yeah, when they say that it's almost critical. Whoa, wait a minute. Here comes Aaron Likens on the high side with a huge run going into turn number 3. 3 wide with Alexandre Ragon there on the end, right up on the inside as well as
Yeah, and I tell you what, Lee might be smart to follow.
He could very well be.
Matt's
have
thinking
Aaron
about
Likens. You'd have Likens and Lee would have people to work off of there. The question I'd have there is how quickly. Well, again, the lead car is going to be the guy punching his way through the air. It's what Van der Sande's doing on the low line. It's what Demerit's doing in the middle group. Here we go again. Look at Likens up on that high line, doing what Lee did before.
It just stalls out. As soon as he gets a wheel clear of him, it just stalls out on him.
Yeah.
He might be able to get a good chance at taking the lead away, but like you said, up on the high side, when you have no help either from behind or in front, you just stall out and fall back. It's it's what I call the very high-speed version of NASCAR Cup racing here. You get that run, you try to get a pass made, and you stall right out. I essentially hit a brick wall of air.
Essentially so, except, of course, at about 50 miles an hour onto the speed that we're working with here. And, of course, you can't bump draft in these cars. Well, I've seen people do it. It just doesn't tend to end very well.
Yeah, you see you see a piece of wing go off, a nose broken.
And maybe a car airborne if you're really unlucky.
Yeah, depending on the angle you turn said person.
Yes. I mean, heck, we've seen that in Cup equipment, of course, even in the restrictor plate era, and of course before it. That's part of the legend of Talladega Superspeedway. It's a track that can really catch a lot of people out. It's scary for a lot of people to be involved in an incident with.
A lot of first-time
really
winners
have to
here.
not sneeze here.
A lot of first-time winners here over the history of NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt Sr. holds the record for the most wins here with 10. The active wins leaders here currently are Keselowski. He leads by far with the most over a newly crowned NASCAR Cup champion Joey Logano with 3. Chase Elliott, Blaney, and Denny Hamlin all have 2. So those are your active wins leaders here at Talladega. But, yeah, you're watching an oddity today. Indy cars on the high banks at Talladega. And here comes Lee again down the backstretch, up high in the 3, gets the nose ahead, and once again it stalls out.
He's got to get a couple of people to go with him on the high side there.
Definitely. He's got to have help up there, but no one really seems to be willing to go up there. I got to admire his persistence, though.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really trusts that high line right now.
Yeah,
and tires are not going to be an issue here.
Ooh.
Oh, no. He just lost his spot.
Yeah.
And for a second here, he's going to lose another spot if he doesn't slide in behind Likens if he can.
Yeah, look at the way these guys are moving. Look at the way the air is just throwing the cars around. It's a recipe for disaster.
Gavin Sanders to the bottom.
Oh, yep, there he goes to the bottom there. But it just shows you how good these guys are at keeping control of their car at the highest speeds possible, especially at Talladega. Or is it Mima Derpa or something? I don't know.
I've called it Trolla Derpa for the lulls of it because fun fact, I think Justin knows this one, but I did some spotting for some friends of mine when they did the NASCAR iRacing Series years and years ago, and we always would mark Talladega week as the day that a lot of bad things might happen, and the trolls would come out to play and wreck people. So I always called it Trolla Derpa in that regard.
I called it Talladerpa, mainly because of I lucked into my second and what would be my last ever NIS fixed win here back in the spring of 2015 in the European time slot, the early morning time slot.
We got some early pit stops, actually. I see Mark Murphy, Trey Shadid, and Alex Crapser come on the pit road.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I think they might have been planning that.
Probably a smart move on their part.
But they really got to conserve to get to the end, and they probably still had some fuel in the tank, so this might be a short stop for them. That might not be a bad idea. We shall see. Hey, we're just 26 more subscriptions just shy of our getting us to the magical 1,000 mark. If you enjoy race first coverage of the Monday Night Indy Fixed Top Split and you're really liking this IndyCar action from Talladega, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. You can help us hit that 1,000 target here sooner rather than later. It's just a matter of time, but we cannot get there without you. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so don't miss out on future Race First iRacing broadcasts. And we're going to be in Alabama. Oh, I saw that too. And we're going to be in Alabama all week long as the Indy Open Series is just down the road in Barber.
Very fitting, I guess. You can just send the hauler down I-20 to Birmingham, but right now I'm actually looking at the situation with Shadid, Murphy, and Crapser. They are right in front of the leaders. More cars coming on the pit road.
Now, Crapser has that Tasman Racing livery going on there from Andre Ribeiro. Very nice.
Oh, that's an even better throwback there. 1995, 96.
Yeah. He ran the first driver to win for Honda. Did that at New Hampshire. And so it looks like Murphy and Shadid are trying to swap the lead in order to get a little bit of extra speed down these straights to stay in front of these leaders. I think these leaders are going to have to pit before they reach them, though.
Yeah, they'll definitely have to pit pretty soon. And looking at the laps they've been able to do, they're going to be running lap 24 here. They're definitely going to be able to do it on one stop, it looks like. So it seems like it's closer to an Indianapolis situation where it's going to be one stop, or they may run close to, and they could run close to lap 30 if indeed the fuel mileage will allow them.
Yeah, but it all depends on what they have their fuel map setting at, though.
Yep.
You never know.
And I am just keeping the last lap miles per hour up. I'm not going to worry about any of the gap or intervals, because if you don't know what the gap or interval is, just look on your screen. It's pretty close for everybody.
And a couple of other cars that come on the pit road, Bruno Romanzini and Tony Pizarro have also come in. They're actually ahead of Murphy, Shadid, and Cropser, and they are... like, they're having their own little pack going on right now, but they're not playing as organized, it would seem. They're trying to get themselves
and those guys have caught him. And those guys have caught him on the backstretch.
Yeah, here comes Shadid looking to the low side. This is for, right now it's for 22nd on the racetrack, well, 21st on the racetrack. But of course, these guys are the first ones to have come in for their pit stops. Everyone else will probably be coming in pretty soon.
Yeah, Romanzini decides to join him. Now he leaves them. He's going to go 3 wide, following Shadid there.
I'm going to commend Lee on one thing. He keeps trying to make that pass for the lead, but he keeps it. He's basically put himself into a running gag of hitting a brick wall repeatedly.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault him for his persistence.
Wait a minute. Leaders just came over the radio and said they're going in.
All right, so eyes on Alex Van de Sant. See if anyone else comes down. This might be a pretty busy pit in.
Yeah.
Franzoni goes high. Franzoni goes high. He is not pitting. It looks like Ragon is with him. Demerit, and also we have Wilhite coming in, getting down to the 55. Oh!
Big switch by Van de Sant coming on the pit road. He collects it up, though.
Got Moskowitz in there as well. Sam Johnson there in the Colton Herta livery. Moskowitz in there. Mercer in there. So Franzoni now on the backstretch, going in the 3. Let's see where Murphy and Romanzini pop out. Murphy, Shadid, and Romanzini pop out with these cars coming off the pit road. They're on the main straight now.
Likens going into pit road.
Pretty much going in by himself,
and there they see those cars coming up to speed there. They're going to get a couple of them. They get Johnson, get Mercer. They're going to probably catch the tail end of Moskowitz, but it looks like Alex Van de Sant is going to maintain his position with a quick pit stop.
Very good start.
Battle for the lead here, going down the backstretch. It looked like at one point he was going to go 3 wide between Alexander Ragon, Stephen Lee, and Rodrigo Franzoni, but they backed out of it now, and it looks like everybody else.
I think there's a whole host of cars coming in here. Here's Morera. Here's AJ Musselman, who just smokes her in there. Wow. Musselman, good car control there. Could have easily gone bad. Franzoni's still your leader at 29 laps.
Yeah, Stephen Lee almost made contact, got a little bit loose up on the high side.
Johnson has lost that's Sam Johnson. He has lost the lead of the pack. And so he's going to get lapped here by the leaders, but they're going to have to pit. So he will get his lap back, but he desperately needs someone to run with right now.
Yeah, here comes everybody else. They're starting to signal up that they're going into pit road here.
Everybody else, the boss man coming in, but the 2 Bread King cars staying out.
Sanders overshot it, and he lost the nose of his car.
Oh no, Gavin Sanders.
He hit the cone, and the cone broke his nose.
Yep, that is a broken front wing on the 15. He's going to have to get that replaced. They'll add 5 seconds to his pit stop here, unfortunately.
Oh, and looks like Matt didn't pull far enough in his pits, so that might help actually Gavin a little bit with that delay there.
Yeah, if they're communicating with each other, Matt Houston already down and away. Gavin Sanders getting that wing repaired and is just sitting on pit road. Oh, Franzoni, big lockup coming onto pit road for the leader. And Ragon is in too. Hamilton Acabuese also in.
Here's Price Santos. Price Santos for Porty, and now Spreitzer 31 laps on this current stint.
Very good run. Of course, that's signal enough for everyone. Yes, we can go one stop on this one, boys. But now the pack has been rejoined with Alex Van de Sant and Chris Demerit up towards the front.
And you never thought you'd be able to make it on one stop here.
Price coming in, but he's coming in by himself. So that now turns for over to the Porty. For Porty now by himself on 31 laps. Santos right with him. Spreitzer right with him.
Oh, Franzoni! Franzoni spun coming off a pit road! Caution is out!
Oh, no!
A self-spin, it looks like, and almost collected. There was actually contact. That was the 12 of Hamilton Acabuese, who made contact with Franzoni after he spun. Just hard dodge on that one, and Acabuese's left front tire is wobbling around there. I think that's terminal suspension damage on the 12.
Guys, I hate to say it about the 14 of Rodrigo Franzoni, but he did one thing you cannot get away with here in this IndyCar. You cannot try and straddle the banking between the apron and the turn itself.
Yeah, we have a saying that says apron bad. Well, in this case, apron of apron is even badder.
Worse.
Yeah. So,
and we're watching this from Hamilton Acabuese's point of view here.
Yeah, just an unfortunate bystander, it looks like, for Acabuese. He just was running and just trying to get himself up to speed, and he sees Franzoni just lose it right in front of him. Really nowhere he could have gone in that one without causing an incident with the two cars coming up on the high line. But looking at everything, Adriano Forporti, Edson Santos, and Zach Spreitzer have not come in yet. They're definitely going to have to.
Yeah, but they have. They don't. I don't think they have a lap over everyone right now. But they just managed to go the longest.
Yeah, the everyone else is still scored on the lead lap. Alex Van de Sant has just caught himself back up to the pace car. So these guys are going to be dropping to the end of the lead lap queue. So for Porty, Santos, and Spreitzer, valiant effort to stay out for as long as they did, but unfortunately, it seemed to have backfired on them strategy-wise. So move Alex Van de Sant, Chris Demerit, and Mark Murphy back up to the top 3. Will Height and Shadid, the top 5. And I think Bruno...
yeah, he's getting a kick out of it. He's like, oh, the strategy, and I'm back where I was.
Yeah, Bruno Romanzini's basically back where he was. Like, back in P7 right now.
It's almost like me back in the day. Yes, I gained a good amount of percent. Oh.
Yeah. Well, right now we got a wave around situation getting ready to form here. We got 2 cars in front of the leader. That is Sam Johnson and Matthew Mercer. They are going to get the wave around. IndyCar rules state that the leader always brings the field back from caution, takes the restarts. So those guys will get the wave around. And they will go all the way back to the back of the field and get back on the lead lap, and then that way the leader, when he comes back up the speed, will not have anybody in front of him to hinder his restart. And that will fall to Alex Van de Sant, Chris Demerit second, Mark Murphy. Murph has moved his way up to third. Chris Wilhite fourth, Trace Shadid fifth. Nate Brody up 20 spots. And this is, I believe, one of the non-A license guys in the lineup right here. Now, I know Nate is very good from other leagues that I've raced him in, so he's on the long road of getting to that A license. but he is up 20 spots, up to P6. Roman Zini, 7th. Aaron Likens, 8th. Dylan Moskowitz, 9th. And Alec Crapster, when we talked about, he was part of that group that came in early. He is now in the top 10 as well. In fact, everybody who came in that group early is in the top 10. That was Murphy, Shadid, and Crapster, and there was one other, but I think that was actually Sam Johnson, but Sam Johnson lost the draft. So,
of course, now they pretty much all have it back all for them again.
Yeah. So once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching Race First coverage of Round 9 of the Monday Night Indy Fix Top Split, coming to you from Talladega Superspeedway, where Alex Van de Sant leads with just past the halfway point, and everyone has made their pit stops. And if you are enjoying today's coverage, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. You can also show your support of Race First by becoming a member of our Patreon page today at patreon.com/racefirst.
And this restart, I foresee, is going to be pretty crucial. Alex Van de Sant, we saw on the start of the race, Franzoni got a good jump on everyone, but then he just got slaughtered by everyone else around him. Van de Sant.
I hate to interrupt, Stevie, but look at what Moskowitz said.
Yep, Dylan Moskowitz asking that age-old question said before disaster. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Now, before we go back green here, guys, I'm looking up here in the time minute scoring. Look at who started damn near shotgun on the field and is up to 6th place. A 20 position gain by Nate Brody.
Nate Brody.
Yeah, we were talking about that just a minute ago. Nate Brody has just been on a tear lately. And Brody, of course, no slouch as a driver. He may have that. Gary was talking about that run up to his A license on ovals, but we've seen him race in leagues before. We know this guy's good. So this sort of run, it's certainly impressive, but it's certainly something that Brody is definitely capable of.
Yeah, knock on wood, trying not to jinx him with the old commentators.
Oh, wreck under caution! There's a wreck under caution! Is that,
That's A.J. Musselman?
A.J. Musselman is one of them.
What?
For Porty?
A.J. Musselman.
For Porty, no.
He got
Jeff
in the
Murray?
back of Alan Morea, it looks like. And then Alexander Gone and another car, Adriano Porty.
They checked up.
Wow. That was a sloppy move, really. Just trying to get everyone into order before the restart.
I hate to say it, but I'm hearing allegations of intentional brake checking.
Oh, dear.
By car number 5.
That'd be Tony Pizarro in the number 5 down in 12th position.
All right, we'll have to go back.
Stands.
Once we get restarted, we'll have to go back and look at that.
Yep, we are coming back to the restart. 10 laps to go this time. Van de Sant gets on the throttle. Demerit still within his wheel tracks. Murphy and Wilhite. And now we're going to watch as the pack starts to come back into its own. Single file for the time being, but I guarantee you, folks, that is not going to last too long at all. As here comes Demerit looking to the high side. Here comes the momentum. Mark Murphy also trying to take advantage. And Chris Wilhite trying to go a little free wide. Oh, look at this. Chris Wilhite.
He was threading the needle there through the middle, but now he's going to get stuck on the high side. Actually, I spoke to there. Here we go. 3 wide again on the outside. Look at this move here. Who is that?
Nate Brody.
Oh, it's Brody.
Nate Brody. Look at this move. And he moves up to the high side there and now taking over the race lead. Is the 20th back. Nate Brody.
Dylan Moskowitz.
Contact there. 3 wide.
No, that's Jeff Murray.
Wilhite.
And Marrera, sorry. But no caution, no caution. Nate Brody is still your leader.
Well, not anymore. He's getting stuck up on the low line there. We're gonna have
and now Chris Wilhite.
Chris Wilhite. Up on the high side there.
Look at Tony Pizarro go. He's gotten himself to the high side of Chris Wilhite. And he's going to have a nose going into the tri-oval. 3 wide again. Oh, look at this. Tony Pizarro. He goes from 12th up to 2nd in 1 lap.
Ragon
what a move.
Slides down.
Alexander Gone.
Here we go. Pizarro wants that lead back. He's going to get a little... No, well, he's not going to get help. He is not going to get help. Trace Shadid up on the high side as they go into turn 3 here.
Trace is going to get his teammate. He's going to come with.
Ooh, almost contact there between.
Here's Aaron Likens. He is right behind Pizarro.
Oh, look at that.
Contact.
3 wide, 3 deep. Several cars trying to take to the apron. Almost contact several times over, but it's going to be Alexander Gahn and Chris Wilhite side by side for the lead once more. Beautiful save. How the...
We almost had a 4-wide situation there going into turn 1. It's going to happen again, I guarantee it.
Yeah, Ragon, Wilhite. Wilhite's in it. Ragon and Tony Pizarro, the leaders are wrecked.
Murphy's in it.
Unbelievable.
On his lid is Chris Wilhite.
No, wait a minute. Now Murphy is in it. He's damaged, but he is now rolling.
Yeah, Ragon is still rolling. Right front suspension is destroyed. Front wing is gone. Nate Brody is undamaged, it looks like. At least visually, anyway. We'll see what the car feels like. But he is still maintaining the race lead after all this.
All right, let's
Ray
go.
Shadid and Chris Demerit, your top 3.
Let's do at Chris Wilhite here. What happened? What did happen? Ragon just came up on him. There was net code, but I think it was a to be honest, I think it was kind of a careless move. Let's watch it again.
It was a net code incident, but that was kind of a ambitious squeeze there, trying to squeeze Chris Wilhite up the track a little bit more. And iRacing system says, no way, Jose. And then both of them get turned into the unfortunate number 5 of Tony Pizarro. And Mark Murphy actually got airborne from that. And I believe he was also collected as well. Same with Stephen Lee.
Yeah, the good old netcode bunny hop, as I call it.
All right, I want to go back to what happened right before the restart, and we're under caution. Let me know before we go green. I want to see what happened here right before we go. I'm riding along with AJ Musselman, and he is. I want to see where this incident happens. This is kind of important because if there's accusations going on out there. I want to make sure that all the facts are shown. Pizarro
was slowing up there.
Pizarro, I don't know what he's.
Not sure what was going on there. He had plenty of room to work with. Of course, we weren't close to coming to green flag. We were definitely getting ready for it, though. Not sure why he laid back like that. And then everyone starts checking up, and poor AJ and a couple of other cars, they were just victims of all that. Alex Van de Sande saying over the radio, by the way, netcode is terrible, drive accordingly, and I am inclined to agree with VDS on that one.
Second it.
All right, we're back to we are back to live shots now. We got Nate Brody is your leader. Let's bring all of the stats back in. We're showing everyone's best lap. Brody's one of the ones to crack the 249 bracket. Also in there, Trey Shadid, Demerit now P3, Likens P4, Alex Van de Sande P5, Romanzini P6, Moskowitz 7th, Crapster 8th, Houston 9th, Price 10th. And we are still another lap away from going green. So this is going to be a bit of a longer caution as everyone is still circulating. So real quick, while we got some downtime, a couple things we need to take care of business-wise. November 19th, the Indy Open Strength of Field broadcast will conflict with the Open Wheels 500. So in an effort to remove as many conflicts as possible for the iRacing IndyCar community, Race First will be moving back our coverage a day to Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So again, mark your calendars. Race First, Indy Open Strength of Field broadcast for Week 10, which happens to be Indianapolis, with coverage sponsored by Team Watson Racing, is being pushed back a day to Friday, November 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern. We want to thank the community members for their feedback, and we wish all the competitors good luck at Indy on that action-packed weekend. Of course, we had a Monday or on our Saturday Strength of Field race. We had a couple of drivers that did the double duty that day, and at the end of it all, They were extremely tired, and Double Duty was doing the Open Wheels Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Grand Prix course, and then coming and doing the Indy Open Strength of Field race at Mount Fuji at Fuji International Speedway. And those guys, after doing 75 laps there and then 45 at Fuji, they were tired.
I can imagine. It's going to be 1 lap to green, 3-lap shootout, folks.
So Gavin Sanders looks like he's down 2 laps. I'm about ready to say this might have been something good for Gavin, but he is going to be well down in the order. Ragon now showing 1 lap at least down, and he's still in the pits under repair. Mark Murphy in the pits right now. He is getting some work done on an extended stop. Pizarro still circulating with a bad right front. I'm not sure how long he can keep this up. If he works, it is actually against iRacing rules to circulate on the bottom damaged like that when it goes green. So I don't know how long he can keep this up. He's probably afraid with 4 laps to go that as soon as he hits pit road, it's gonna be like day done. You know, we can't do anything else for you, soldier. So he is with 4 laps. Will they get back around to him? I don't know. Stephen Lee. He is all done and looks like he is all spotless. He's in 17th. Sam Johnson 16th. Forporti now 15th. Murray 14th. Spreitzer 13th. Mercer 12th. Price 11th. Santos 10th. Matt Houston, the boss man, has worked his way up to 9th. Crapster 8th. Moskowitz 7th. Romanzini 6th. Alex Van de Sant is now 5th. Likens the flag man for the NTT IndyCar Series. He's in that Valvoline Gallus Racing Special. He is in 4th. Demerit in 3rd. Shadid in 2nd. And Nate Brody, I guess if we want to call him the rookie of the group, is going to bring the entire field down for this restart, a critical restart. We're going to basically get a IndyCar real live green-white checker. And here he goes as he goes under acceleration, comes down the banking, and tries automatically already to try to break the draft.
Brody trying everything to hold him up as long as he can. Trace did, though, catching up really, really quickly as we would expect. Demerit also following along. Here comes Shadid. He looks to the high side this time. Chris Demerit also trying to go with him. Shadid takes the lead for the time being. Demerit now trying to hold to the outside there. He's got no one to help him yet, though. And here
comes Aaron Likens. Here comes Aaron Likens.
Likens making it 3 wide for the race lead. Up on the highlight, he's got Alex Van de Sant helping him. Look at the run they're getting. Likens. He's going to lead this time across the track.
By 4.
Will it be 4 wide? Aaron Likens holds the race lead. Trey Shadid coming back on the low side. It's Bruno Romanzini right behind him. Shadid now getting the run he needs. Likens still holding strong. VDS right behind him.
And the race is over. This is Shadid. I believe Shadid was the leader.
It was. Trey Shadid is going to win at Talladega, but a massive crash coming to the white flag.
Oh, 4 wide gone wrong, boys.
It definitely was. I'm looking at it now. I see, Stephen Lee was one of them. Trying to make a run up on the high line there, and a 4 wide action. Just not going the way 4 wide actions should go.
That was Stephen Lee. Who did he get hit by? That would have been...
Forporti was one of them. I'd see Forporti and Sam Johnson were a couple of cars involved as well.
Oh,
man. And Edson Santos.
Yeah, that's Edson Santos. He came up and he didn't know he had a car to his inside who I'm not sure who that is.
That was Forporti. That was Adriano Forporti.
In the white car?
Santos was the white car. Forporti
okay, in the blue car. So Forporti, that's all on Forporti. He was not looking in his mirrors or listening to his spotter.
Yeah, Forporti, bold, aggressive moves, of course.
And it picks up Sam Johnson as well. So let's get back to live television coverage as Trey Shadid now is getting ready to take a long overdue checkered flag here in the Indy Fixed Series, and we get to finally much about being the brains behind the championship effort of Mark Murphy. I think Mark understates his ability there, but this is should be a very fan-friendly win for a guy that has definitely been biding his time and should have been a winner, or at least on the podium many times before this, but is just hung on here at the end at Talladega, just getting that nose out far enough to lead that last lap when we go under caution. He is your winner here at Talladega.
Fantastically done by Trey Shadid. Definitely long awaited, and that long wait just makes it all the sweeter. Played it very smartly this whole race, didn't get himself into any trouble, and then took opportunity when it presented itself. Trey Shadid, a well-deserved win here in Alabama.
Well, Trey Shadid is your winner. Aaron Likens, the flagman for the NTT IndyCar Series, P2. Alex Van de Sant, P3. Roman Zini, P4. Chris Demerit, P5. Crapster, P6. Brody, great run for him. So close. Could have been I would have said, even though he has a B license, or a B license against the A license guy, would have been a bit of an upset if he would have won. Comes home 7th, nevertheless. Moskowitz 8th. Price 9th. Matt Houston, the boss man, a very solid top 10. Mercer, Spreitzer, Murray, Proporti, and Lee, your top 15. Moving on, Santos, Johnson, Pizarro, Sanders, and Murphy, your top 20. I think Mark is going to use as one of his drop weeks. Ragon, Wilhite, Morera, Musselman, Aquawese, Franzoni rounds out the remainder of the full 26-car field. I'm pretty sure Wilhite's going to use this as one of his drop weeks as well. Yeah, a lot of interesting stuff going out there today.
Beautiful to see. Definitely well deserved. We've been waiting for this for a while from the guy.
Yeah, and he's got his teammate out there to celebrate with him, as I'm sure he is very happy for him as well. We're going to take a look in the...
And Demerit is...
Yeah, Demerit just sends his car flying.
We do have Alex in the room here, so we'll go ahead and bring him on up. And if everyone hangs on, when we're all done with this, I got a bit of a surprise announcement for everybody watching at home. So we'll go ahead and bring up Alex Van de Sant. Alex, in the world of crazy, how crazy was it out there?
Honestly, from where I was, pretty calm for like.
Yeah, it was. You were actually up front, kind of dictating the pace. But once you got back in the action there, how bad was it?
Yeah, pretty tough. Just trying to stay out of trouble, but build those runs and be as far up as I could in case a caution came out, and it did. So I was surprised to see I was in third at the end there. I thought I would be a bit further back, but yeah, just didn't time that restart from the lead quite right, but I definitely learned something from that. So it's weird. It's almost, if you're in second, it's almost beneficial to have a slower reaction time because you can get a bigger run. And I tried to control it, but then tried a little too hard, and Demerit got around me. But yeah, if I'd been able to control the race from there, I would have been much more comfortable. But yeah, definitely happy with third overall.
Fellas, you got any questions for him? I mean, it just looked crazy, and it was pretty self-explanatory out there with all the action. Of course, netcode was the evil enemy. Some of it was netcode. Not all of it was netcode. But guys, you got any questions for him?
Yeah, the main thing I would ask is, I assume, of course, you've driven stock cars on this track before, but what would you say is the biggest comparison you can make between this and driving NASCAR equipment here, and what's the biggest difference?
Well, if the leader knows what they're doing, it's pretty much impossible to pass them if you're grouped up in a pack. So you can't build those trains and alliances and work together with people to get an outside line formed or anything like that, because it's just not going to work. You don't have that bump draft effect. You can maybe make something happen with the side draft, but it's just way too risky in these cars with how netcode is. So just the tactics are a little different. You're really fighting for third pretty much. maybe second if you can get a run along the wall. But yeah, so just the way you have to fight and go about these races and avoid net code is the car is just much more sensitive to that kind of thing.
You got anything for him there, Justin? That's probably
Not
no.
really,
Not really. Okay. Well,
because of all the craziness that we saw.
Well, Alex, you got her up to P3 there at the end. It still keeps, I think, just about every race you've been on with us. It's either been a win or a podium. So keep the streak going. Thanks for showing up here for the top split. Always good seeing you in the lineup. Shout outs. Anybody want to say hi to? I know you got them.
Yeah, just big thanks as always to everybody at Powersled Motorsports. Chris Wilhite, shout out. We worked together pretty well throughout that race. After the restart, he helped me kind of defend that outside line, so like the guys coming out of the pits couldn't get a big run, and that worked out really well for both of us. And then, yeah, big shout outs to everybody at 40 Raceway, Jim Herrick.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, you got it. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for joining us. P3, go celebrate it. Are we going to see in a 9:15 race, maybe?
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe we might be broadcasting it. I don't know. So we'll check that out. But hopefully we'll see you. If not, congratulations and have a great night.
All right. See you guys.
And bringing on up Aaron Likens into the booth. Aaron, get a little bit of minor celebrity with us. Flagman from the NTT IndyCar Series joining us in the booth. And he gets a P2 driving that Gallus Racing Special all the way to the front, all the way to the back, to the front. 17 spots, my man. You found that high line, worked your way up, and just stuck with him the entire way. Congratulations.
My mic. Oh, there it is.
You are loud and clear.
Yeah.
Hey, it's an old friend of ours from the 16th Street League racing days.
Yeah, traveling early in the morning, jumped into this race. Minimal practice, of course, it is Dega, but didn't qualify and wasn't expecting a P2. I just wanted to stay clean and get to the finish, but that pit strategy, I came in alone. I thought I was done, but got out, got a good exit on the apron, stayed in the draft, and going to that last restart, I was thinking, okay, if there's a yell at the start, hey, top 10, I'll take it. But never thought I'd be get around demerit there to be leading the middle line.
Yeah, that was.
Go ahead, guys.
Oh, good.
No, not you.
With all the crazy racing that we've seen so far tonight, I'm just going to be honest. Did you ever think you'd be involved in the craziest racing since the IR09 DW12 days on here? At a place like here?
This brought back good memories of iRacing 11 years ago when every race was like this, which take it, leave it. It's enjoyable once in a while, but you were right. This was the craziest stuff I've seen on track. I think I did Daytona maybe a year and a half ago, and it was nothing like this. I think I'll do a couple more this week. It was really fun.
Yeah, do this a couple more times this week, and then get ready for the Scoosa Supernats.
Yes, I fly out 8 days, Wednesday through Sunday next week. Parking lot of the Rio. I think it's going to be near 600 entries, so that's going to be a fun one.
600, as well as from the pit map that was also shown. Simcraft will have a rig on site, if I'm not mistaken, and big one out there as well. Porsche out in the pit area. So
okay.
Maybe something going on, but yeah. Aaron, hopefully we can see you in the next one, and who knows? That strategy worked out tonight. Maybe it'll work out the next one.
It very well might.
Aaron, before we let you go, go ahead, Steven. I know you got questions for me. You haven't got a chance to ask yet.
Yeah, one thing I've wanted to ask, especially with sort of the real world perspective you can give on this. Of course, IndyCars at Talladega in real life, especially as this is kind of a pipe dream reserved for the virtual world. But in your view, do you think it's possible that it could work, and what would it need to make it so?
Uh, this is my putting me on the spot there.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
I mean, if you don't have an answer, you don't have an answer. That's perfectly
Don't
fine.
pick debate. Don't pick debate.
255 miles an hour, I think, speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit much.
Well, Aaron, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being part of the split. Typically, what we like to do for those that get a chance to get up in the booth here for the interview is give you a chance to make shout-outs to friend, family, sponsors, anything like that. The microphone's yours. Go right ahead. Give those shout-outs. You earned them.
Well, I was completely not prepared for this. Justin sent me a message, said interview. I said, what? So I guess my shout-outs to Justin for reaching out to get me in here.
All right, well, there you have it. Congratulations on the very surprise 2P2. Did not, or actually chose not to qualify, came in under no speed, and made his way up 17 spots and finished on the second step of the podium. Congratulations, and we hope to see more of you later.
Thank you.
All right. And finally, after many, many races here, a year's worth of doing the Indy split, Indy fixed top split. We've been wanting this man in the booth, and finally he is here. He is a winner. It is the Mark says he's the brains behind the Mark Murphy Trace Shadid matchup or pairing. I think Mark understates his ability a little bit. I think he has a lot of driving prowess there, but nevertheless, we've been wanting him here in the booth for a long time, and he is here. He gets the win. Trace Shadid, welcome to the booth, and welcome to Victory Lane.
Thank you. Better late than never.
Yeah, that is for sure.
And it happened in the craziest race we've seen so far.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even think I won. I was telling Mark, it's like, fourth? How did I end up fourth? And I was looking at my car number.
Yeah.
Been there, done that before.
Well, talk about your race. You guys had a strategy. You guys were going to do, you went off and pitted on your own. You didn't have another car join you. Actually, you had a couple cars join you, but only, I think one got fell away from your pack, and it was just kind of the three of you. And then you caught up to Moskowitz and I think one of the Bruno, I think Romanzini was there, as well as Pizarro. You got to that group, and it kind of helped you stay ahead of the leaders. That was looking pretty good, because when you guys came back around, when all the leaders were pitting, you would have been up near the front, but that yellow came out. Were you worried about the strategy going to waste then, or you just like, oh, well, we're just going to draft our way back to the front again?
No, actually, the plan was pitting early, and then the fallback was, even if there was a yellow, you wouldn't be trapped and you wouldn't have to pit again, So
yeah,
we would at least be in the front half.
Okay. Guys, got any questions for Trace?
Yeah, and the ending of the race was definitely like the restart of the race especially was seemed like it gave you the position there, and it seemed to be the case all throughout. And do you think that was do you think it's possible perhaps that because Demerit actually had a pretty good run on you at the end of the race, but it seems to be that getting the run right off the start and being basically second in line on the restart is the best way to ensure to get the lead. Would you say that was true?
Oh yeah, I mean the leader's just a sitting duck. I mean, Alex was kind of talking about what kind of takeoff should you get? Should you lag back a little bit so they don't get a run? But I don't think there's anything you can do about it. They're going to get a run, and in fact, you mentioned Demerit. I got to thank him. I mean, at some point, I thought for sure they were just going to pull down, and I was going to have to deal with it, but they didn't. So I appreciate that, definitely.
Yeah,
hey,
that was.
Yeah, Justin, you got anything for him? Yeah, go on. Sorry, Justin, you got anything for him?
I just want your thoughts on all the chaos that happened, because I'm somewhat speechless as Stevie a number of years ago tried to pull me in to run one of these races, and I said no, because I knew it was probably going to be crazy. So I went from your perspective, for someone that's never, even though I've run IndyCar, even though I'm back running IndyCar, I've never run the IndyCar here at Talladega. I just wanted from your perspective on the chaos. That is all.
No, it was nuts. I don't know if you noticed before the last restart, I was on the top, and I found out
I
real
saw
quick
that.
that is not where I wanted to be. And it put us 4 wide. I thought I hit the wall once. I don't know what happened, net code or whatever, and car was bouncing to the left of me. I have no idea, but I just knew that's not where I needed to be, and so on that last restart, I definitely wanted to get to the bottom and stay there just to, if nothing else, be able to maneuver. I mean, that's basically what saved me from getting caught up like Mark did. I was on the bottom and was able to cut it to the left.
Hey, I noticed that you are in a new paint for this week instead of that usual, I guess, McLaren orange car you're in. 1-for-1 on the new paint. So congratulations with that. Any shout-outs anybody want to say hi to before we let you go?
Obviously, I gotta thank Mark. It definitely makes this a lot more enjoyable. I mean, it's always fun when you got somebody to work with that likes the car pretty much the same way you do. So that's made this a lot more enjoyable. And then, oddly enough, probably someone I don't know if I need to thank them or curse them, because during the pandemic, I mean, I didn't know much about iRacing, and I somehow found my way onto Twitch, and saw a stream, and so I gave it a shot. David Schildhouse. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh yeah,
I know
Shildy.
exactly who that is.
Shildy. Even I know.
He got me hooked, and what I want to thank him for is just being available. I mean, I would send him message asking questions, and he always responded. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of money later, and here I am.
Yeah, no lie. If you, I've probably spent a fair share, certainly more money than my wife would like me to spend. That's for sure. But man, so good to finally see you here, and we hope to see you more here in the future. This is well past due. Congratulations to you and your team for getting the win here at Talladega. We, like I said, hope to see you more here. I really hope that you guys have a great time celebrating this win, and there's no sense in holding you around any longer. All right, go celebrate, man.
All right, thanks a lot, appreciate it.
Take care. And we do have Mark Murphy here. He stopped in with to celebrate with his teammate. Murph, and he has access to the room since he does now a couple broadcasts with us. Not a great race from your point of view. I'm sure you're going to use this as a drop week. Innocent bystander, right?
Yeah, the racer's prayer didn't work there. Will Height didn't stay up. But you know what? I just came by here to congratulate Trace. This is about 9 months too late for him. So that man is amazing, and all kudos to him. This is his night. We're going to go drink a lot of beer and have a good time.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, congratulations to you guys. I know that you're both you're equally as happy for him on his win as he is. So congratulations. We're going to see you at the 9:15 possibly, or too much celebrating to take place between now and then.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
Okay. All right. That's a maybe. You
guys gonna do it?
Well, and that's the next thing I'm getting ready to tell everyone. So we talked about it, myself and Matt, and what we're going to do here is after this interview, I'm going to bring up the We'll Be Right Back streaming page for the next 45 minutes, and we're just going to keep the stream running, and we're going to do a double header tonight because I think we're going to see some of the Indy Open guys make a run at this at the 9:15 one. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of briefly go off the air with our holding page going, and we will be right back here at 9:15-ish to watch round 2 here at Talladega. So don't go anywhere, or if you do, set a reminder, come on back. Don't go anywhere. We will be right here. So we'll see you hopefully on the grid then, Mark.
Sounds like a good time.
All right, guys. All right, guys. What we're going to do here now is normally this is when I do my, hey, this is, finished first, second, third, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for joining, But we're going to stick a pin in all that. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this. So I do want to say once again, congratulations to Trace Shadid, the podium, Aaron Likens, Alex Andesant. Those guys deserve a shout out for sure for us surviving. So, and of course, next round is round 10. If you can't join us for the next race, we will be doing Nashville Super Speedway next. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And it has a little background music as well. And we're going to mute the mics, and we're just going to hang on. And we will see everybody at 9:15 when we do second part of the doubleheader. Something kind of spur of the moment. See what we have tonight for bring in some maybe some extra views. And let's see if that second race is any better with some other names that we haven't expected to see. So everyone stay put. We'll be back here at about 9:15. Thanks. All right, we are back. We're loading into the next session. Everyone had their break. We are slowly loading in here as next split is a 45.02. I believe that's higher than the last race we had. I think if I remember right, it was a 44. I have to go back and look that one up. 44, yeah.
Still really high turnout, and we're seeing a lot of familiar faces once again here, and including Adriano Pinero finally joins us for the top split event. But Talladega again, I get this, like, there's no doubt in my mind what we saw in the previous race. I think that might be an appetizer of what we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, we got. Go ahead.
Guys, I'm looking at the entry list. We have a very special guest in this one.
Arca Brakes?
No,
Oh.
He's the first man to complete 100 pit stops in a NASCAR iRacing Fixed Series race and finish 5th.
Is it
Ladies
Jordan
and-
Worth, might I ask?
Yes, it is the one and only Mr. Bottom Split himself, Jordan Worth.
Wow, okay.
So, hello guys, we're also on Twitch as well as on YouTube, it would seem, if indeed he is streaming.
Yes, he is.
Very, very cool. And as practice winds down, we're getting ready for another round of qualifying, and we'll once again see those lap times. Again, the pole time in the previous race was 245.5 miles per hour. Insanely fast. It would break the closed course speed record if this was happening in real
by
life.
5 miles per hour,
Let's
actually.
see if they can match it.
Yeah, 5 miles per hour. You think it might be faster, but it's a 0.6 of a mile longer than California Superspeedway, or California Speedway, excuse me.
Yeah, and 5 miles an hour. I thought it was 241.
I think it was like 240 or something.
Yeah, no, it was
241.
241, so 4 miles per hour. Okay.
Yeah, 241.428. That's what it was.
Yep, Jill DeFerrin in 2000 in qualifying for the Marlboro 500 at California Speedway.
And a
Auto Club Speedway, of
And a
course.
Renard chassis.
No, not the Renard chassis. It was the Renski, as they called it.
Well, they
Yes,
made
it
some own
was.
changes and everything to it, but
Yeah, it was a Renard in name only, and Penske did a lot of their Penske handiwork on it, and they made them really, really strong that year.
Tony Pizarro in the lineup again tonight for this race. He got DQ'd in the last race.
Oh, dear.
It would do to damage.
And Stephen Lee once again taking a stab at it and going for his famous slingshot on the high line technique that we saw last time.
No, I'm
Let's see
actually
if he can actually make it work.
I'm actually kind of happy for all those people who decided to show back up. Pretty brave of them to go ahead and tempt fate one more time.
And
Chris
I'm
Wilhite's another one.
Yeah, there's another name I'm looking at underneath Lichtenberg. The one and only Mr. Neben 5 on YouTube. Mr.
Yes.
Nick
He has
Neben.
been in a couple of our top split races. Welcome him. He, of course, streams, records all of his events on YouTube. In fact, actually, I think it was his Talladega stream from a couple years ago. Actually, I was watching just a kind of preparation for the night, just to kind of see how the racing was and everything. And I was watching his stream, so he has one up from a previous season.
I'm looking right now at Chris Wilhite, just coasting right now on the apron at 100 miles an hour, just trying to keep his tires cool and waiting for them to get the maximum amount of grip he can over the course of this run. He's still hanging around 100 miles an hour right now. And we'll see when he finally decides to open up the throttle a bit more. And this is one interesting thing to look at, and you see it more often on 1.5 mile tracks and maybe tracks a bit bigger as well. But this is one thing that drivers in qualifying want to do. They want to preserve their tires. They want to preserve the grip level as much as they can. They want to maybe keep them cool and get them to the optimal temperature in the middle of the run so that they can actually maximize the car as much as they can.
Jordan Worth making, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but Jordan Worth making his qualification run aggressively scrubbing the tires between the tri-oval and turn 4 to bring his car up to speed.
I'm just going to say this. That's typical Jordan Worth right there. He's even done it in the NIS. And you talk about a character. This guy is He would win the Class Clown Award every year.
You know, he is driving he's in the wall a little bit now.
He's in the wall there.
No, what he's doing, he was trying to, he thought he could run the Kyle Larson or the Ross Chastain line, and he found out really hard there.
He's got a livery that's full of fruit.
Very interesting paint scheme, but of course, I expect nothing less from Jordan Worth. I'm a big fan of his streams as well. Jordan, if you ever watch this, hi from my part. And really interesting character, getting very much very entertaining driver, very entertaining Twitch streamer, very good driver, no less. He does very good in top split NASCAR competition. And of course, giving the IndyCar a try. He does a lot of different kinds of racing. I've actually had a lot of fun watching him do GT races as well. And he is a regular on the iRacing Twitch highlight compilations, and for very good reason. We may well have another one on the highlight reel here tonight.
Yeah, if you want good...
he's playing a song with his throttle and gears right now. Look at Pizarro's speed. Pizarro 215.406 for Pizarro. He just decided to go out there and turn a lap at on engine map 8 or something.
Yeah, look at that. 44.342 seconds for Tony Pizarro. And for reference, the pole time, no surprise here, it's Adriano Pinero of 39.653, so about 5 seconds faster. And once again, that is 245 miles an hour. Time is up. Only 12 drivers have posted a qualifying time. What is that going to say about the kind of racing we're going to be seeing?
Let's take a look at tonight's second race starting lineup.
And on the front row, two really fast drivers in any kind of race in these Indy cars. Adriano Pinero on the pole. Alongside him will be Chris Demerit in the number 1 machine. Row number 2, Alexandre Ragon in the number 10, very strong in the last race. Alongside him, the winner in the last race, no less, Trace Shadid in the number 6. Row number 3, Chris Wilhite, very strong in the last one, only be caught up by a wreck. Alongside him, the supposed cause of one of the final wreck of the last race, Adriano Fraporti in the 15. Row 4, Cameron Bastian in the number 18. He'll be alongside Zach Spreitzer in the 16. Row 5, rounding out your top 10, Stephen Lee, Mr. Highline himself in the last race in the 17. He'll be alongside Alan Morea in the 19. William K. Price in the number 20 will start 11th. He'll be alongside Tony Pizarro in the 7th, clearly sandbagging there in qualifying. He's the last driver to post a qualifying time. We all know Tony Pizarro has a lot more pace in him than that.
Oh, yeah. But to pull Jordan Worth here, with a time like that, he actually calls it the Budweiser Drunk Driver of the Race Award, given to the slowest qualifier in the field.
Oh, well, probably not the reward Tony Pizarro wants to hear about. And then moving down to row 7, Mark Murphy, very strong in the last race, only to be caught up by a wreck once more. He'll be alongside the class clown, I guess you could say, Jordan Worth in the number 5. Good luck there, Jordan, starting from 14th. AJ Green, the number 8, will start 15th, and he'll be alongside Alexis Newsom. Very fast driver.
Yeah, there's one to watch right there. One to watch
there.
for sure, yeah.
Always a fast one.
Always a very fast driver is Newsom, a regular in the Lionheart IndyCar Series as well. Row number 9, Brandon Lichtenberg, the man behind Arca Break Weekly. Very nice of him to show up in the number 11. He'll be alongside Nick Neben in the 12. Hamilton Acapueze, who had a very good run, only to be caught out again by an incident in the number 13.
Yeah, not his fault.
Not his fault. Very, very much not his fault. He'll start 19th, alongside Justin Kleber in the number 14 in 20th. Talon Smith in the 21 will start 21st, alongside Stefano Casalabetta in the 22. Zach Sprouse in the 23 will start 22nd, and shotgun on the field, the 24 of Spencer Torres.
Now, I'm looking at the 21 of Talon Smith, and ladies and gentlemen, even though I don't encourage it, take a drink because it's a Jeff Gordon paint scheme.
It's one of those guys that has to have a NASCAR livery with an IndyCar.
It'll happen at some point.
I know.
It will happen.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Well.
Hey, it can't be worse. Can't be worse than seeing a Ford GT 2017 Ford GT paint scheme on a Ferrari 488 Italia GTE.
That is just sacrilege. That is
I hate to say it, though.
sacrilege, you say.
Guys, I hate to say it, but that actually is the thing on trading paints.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Why?
You know, there's, you know, I mean, they can at least put on an open wheel livery, like, you know, even Formula One, I guess, would be acceptable here in a big weekend like this. But with all the IndyCar and the original ones out there, can't put a Jeff.
We're talking about Formula One. We're talking about Formula One. If you look at car number 20, that is technically a F1 scheme.
Kind of,
20 of William K. Price. That is a Red Bull Racing livery.
Yeah.
That is definitely one
All
based
right.
off of the now championship winning scheme. But now
Here we go.
pace car peels off. 45 laps once again at Talladega Superspeedway. Who's ready for an encore presentation in Alabama?
We are!
Panero brings it down slowly, gets on the throttle, green flag flies, Demerit stays right with him. We're gone, tucking in behind, and look at Shadid trying to make a move on the high side there. He's going to be kind of squeezed out of that position there, so he's going to get single file order behind him, but look at Ragon trying to make a move on Demerit. Around on the high side,
Comes for
down
40.
the backstretch for the first time.
For 40 to the bottom.
Look at Shadid trying to make a move on the high side once again.
It's Demerit and a whole bunch of Brazilians around him at the moment.
Indeed it is, and Ragon had a nose going into turn number 3. Panero, though, with the run on the low side. Demerit tucking in behind the number 2 machine through the tri-oval for the first time. End of lap number 1. Look at this middle move here. Ragon getting squeezed out. That's Adriano Forporti with an aggressive move early on.
Does
All
that
the way
surprise
up
you?
to second place.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive move as they were going through the trial here past the start-finish line, and they're still side by side as they come off of turn number 2 here. 2 wide, 3 rows deep. Almost. Look at Jordan Worth there up on the high
Jordan Worth
side.
up 7 spots to P7 there in the fruit car.
Beautiful drive right now by Jordan Worth. Good start. Gets
and
himself
he's going
in
to
the
try
middle
to,
of
he's going to go 3 wide on Tracy
here.
Heed.
3 wide in the middle. Tracy did up on the high line, just gets shuffled out of that, but moved Jordan Worth up a few more spots. Very good start by our resident Twitch streamer.
No, he's going to go high, going to the 1.
Yep, Florida man making a run on the high side here. As they go
If he was watching the top split earlier, he would have seen that our man Stephen Lee, who is on the bottom now, tried to make that top line work all race long, and he could not get it to work.
Oh, yeah, he realizes it there.
Yeah, and here comes
There it is
Lee.
right
I think
there.
Lee was going to go up there to join him for a second, but like, nah, Lee's just going to pass him.
Yeah, and he's got to get himself back in line there. He tucks in behind Stephen Lee, no less.
Yeah, Lee.
Just tucks in the line there, just getting themselves squared away. Double file order, especially through the top 10 right now, but single file on back.
Jordan Worth doing everything.
Boy, look at Justin Keebler. Is it Keibler? Up 14
Kleiber.
spots there in that number 14.
Yeah, he definitely made a good. He definitely has made some good moves. Oh, that was close there.
Yeah, he saw.
Made some pretty aggressive moves, but he's up there
I
now.
don't know if he has a human spotter, but must have heard like, open down low and decides that he was going to take it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the computer spotter is not always accurate. The
Yeah.
other guy could definitely stick the nose back in and even wouldn't call it clear, even if it. And he wouldn't even.
Yeah.
Like the spotter would sometimes call clear when the nose of the car is still very much to the inside. So it's kind of hard to 100% trust the computer spotter in this circumstance, and that's where having a human spotter. And we talked about this before in the Formula Indy series with Mitch Welker, how much of an advantage it gives him, especially just keep him in the right mindset and just giving him information he needs. And having a human spotter can definitely help. So for those of you aspiring iRacers out there that want to pick up the game a little bit and have all the information these guys have in the race, having a human spotter definitely helps. Speaking from personal experience.
Yeah, it's a good time to get a membership now. Black Friday sales are going on. I just got me a new one. So right now, a little bit further back in the back, Alexis Newsom. This is a strategy run by her. She's back here hanging out with Murph.
Big stack up here in the front. A number of guys are, we see Kleiber saying,
Kleiber said, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're down on the apron, just letting cars go there. He's got a bit of a gap right now. The guys behind him.
He's good. As long as he
Tuck
stays
back
in the draft, he's good. He's good.
Oh yeah. And look at Jordan though in the fruit car, as we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
He's he would get the run for 2 laps, try and make a run, try and get it past us, and realize, you know what? If it's what I'm hearing is that it's going to be a fuel mileage race, I'll just take back.
And we got a new person up there. I believe that is that Zach Sprouse in the McLaren SP Aero SP livery. That is him, and he has worked his way up 14 spots to P9. We are 2x2x2 for the first 6, almost 2x2 for the first 8.
Oh, here we go.
And I also noticed the Juncos. I noticed the Juncos Racing livery. That Spencer Torrance, in fact, that is not Bruno Miranda, who we're used to seeing in that livery. Kind of confused me there for a second.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's a bit of a confusion there. We need to rectify that situation.
Yeah, exactly. May as well tell you that is not Bruno Miranda. He's not in this race tonight. He's missing out, I think. That's Spencer Torrance in the 24 machine. Started towards the back of the field up to 13th. Good start right now for the 24 machine.
AJ Green in the NTT Data livery from Target Chip Ganassi of the past. Andre Ragon now moving up to the 4th spot in through the trioval, now down through the start-finish line area.
40 just hanging up there on that high side. He's got Jordan Worth and Stephen Lee up there for company.
A lot of these lines are starting to get a little happy, folks. A lot of these lines are starting to get a little happy. Oh, Mark.
Wait,
that's Murph.
Look at behind.
Morera.
Oh, wow. Good. Yeah, a number of these guys are starting to get tail happy going through the corners. I saw Jordan Worth with a little bit of fight in the steering wheel there. He definitely had his hands full. He's one of the best, and you never thought you'd see him running an IndyCar, especially at Talladega.
Yeah, I see him do a wide variety of stuff. NASCAR is, of course, his bread and butter, but to see him in an IndyCar is really, really nice to see. And, well, Talladega week, it's the week, it's kind of a meme lord week, so why not have a meme lord driver show up there? But it's a meme lord that we all love. Jordan Worth is hilarious. He's a really cool guy, and it's great to see him on the show tonight. And he's doing pretty well for himself as well, up 8 positions.
Yeah, he was pinching the Red Bull there down just a little too much, but he realized, I got to give him some room.
Yeah, I don't think he was pitching the Red Bull down that much. I think the Red Bull was thinking that he was getting pushed down, but there was at least a car width between the two.
Or it might just be net code, as we call it.
Yeah, that's William K. Price in the number 20 machine. He got 2 wheels down below the yellow line. Of course, he didn't pass him there, but
apron bad.
Guys are just trying to get themselves room here.
Tail happy, Nick. He's tail happy again.
We're taking a look at Nick Nieben on a little bit further in the back. Nick Nieben has fallen back here. He's decided that he's seen enough of this. I don't know if he is wounded or not, but he is...
I don't see any damage. I think he's just realizing, in case, for those that haven't seen some of his videos, especially when IndyCar goes to Daytona, if he sees chaos happening up in front of him, he goes to the back.
Yeah, and that's probably that's a pretty wise thing. But he's not back there alone. He's got Brandon Lichtenberg back there
Lee.
and Tony Pizarro. Stephen Lee going to the top.
Doing it again.
Yep, he's going to the top.
No one helping him though. So once again, Stephen Lee trying that highest of high lines up there.
Yep.
And not quite enough. He's got a gap to slide in between him and between Jordan Worth and Ragon, and he does so.
Yeah, Jordan gave him the room there. He gave him the signal that he was clear to come on down.
Very nice of him. Stephen Lee, that aggressive highline move still has not left him, even though it gives you a little bit of glory, and then you fall back to the pack a little bit, but at least you can try it again.
And we see Jordan Worth there go down to the low side, dropping Stephen Lee and saying, hang on to it, Jordan.
Hang on to it, Jordan. Keep it off that yellow line. That
someone get away with it?
Apron bad.
Yeah, if you can somewhat get away with it in the stock car, you cannot. I repeat, you cannot get away with it in an IndyCar.
No, not at all. Not at all.
If there is ever a track that exemplifies our turn of phrase, apron bad, it would be Talladega and Daytona. Apron is very, very bad here. Look at Jordan doing it again, though.
No, I think I can faintly hear over his stream when he touched the apron, and then laugh. So I think he's doing this to screw with us.
Yeah, Jordan's just kind of playing with their heads a little bit right now. Once again, you see him stick his left side tires below the yellow line. But Adriano Pinero still holding on to that top spot, kind of holding the position that Alex Van de Sant was early on. Can he go all the way that Van de Sant could not in the previous race?
We'll have to see on that, but just look at this. We're already seeing more and more cars start to get very, very understeered.
And, folks, we are not that far away from first pit stops occurring. It happened right around lap 20, 21, 22 in that last race. And the first down pit road was Mark Murphy and Trey Shadid.
Yeah, and, of course, Shadid was the guy who won the race last time out. It was great to have him finally in the booth. Can they pull the same strategy this time? Will pitting in, especially pitting in with a teammate, because you want a draft partner to help you out here. If you're running by yourself, that means you're running with less pace. So you want to have a buddy with you. And in Shadid's case, that's going to be Mark Murphy. We'll see if they come in early next time.
On the left there, you see the tree with your standings and the best lap turned. Right now, it looks like a 2:45 by Torrance might be your fastest lap at the moment. We did have a 2:50 laps turned in the top split last session, and that was Franzoni, I believe, got a 250.2, I think. In his lap. Yeah, 250.4, I think. I have to go back and look. But, yeah, he did turn a 250-mile-per-hour lap. One of the few 250-mile-per-hour drivers for that race. But right now, everyone solidly in the 240s, some high 239s, or high 238s.
Look at the high side. Look at turn 3 and 4. We got one on the high side there. I believe that's Kleiber.
Yeah, that is. That is Kleiber.
Wow.
Justin Kleiber up on the high line. Beautiful run right now. He's cleared all the way up from 17th to 5th.
He's got somebody else joining him on the high side as well. That is
Jordan Worth.
Yeah, the Florida man, our resident Twitch streamer, Jordan
Worth. Wait a minute, we're going to go 4 wide in the backstretch. Come on, boys.
3 wide, 2 rows deep.
And Clipper trying to make the move up on the high side for second place. Pinero has got himself clear for the time being. For Porty in the middle. Clipper up high.
Not going to be enough.
Oh, no, for Porty. No, don't.
Height down low.
For Porty's trying to go up to defend a little bit.
I don't think it's going to be enough, though.
How do they did not wreck? I will not know.
And Porty needs to hold his line. He really, really needs to hold his line. He's trying to go up and block a little bit, and it's not working.
Yeah, he's trying to just throw him up a little bit. Oh, Clip Air looked like he tried to have a look in the middle of this 3 wide situation, making it 4. But Jordan Worth up on the high line there. He's left without a buddy, and he is going to be dropping back a little bit, it looks like, sad to say.
Yeah, I think.
And already,
here come the early takers. Here come the early takers. Oh, we got a spinner. We got a spinner.
That's a speeding penalty. Oh, and a crash on pit road. And one of them is Spencer Torrance. And
no caution. No caution. And then,
no caution. They were able to get it going. And Spencer Torrance gets punted. And, he lost it on his own.
Yeah, he lost it on his own. Yeah. And we got Murphy and Shadid in there, just like the previous race. We got Pinero and his teammate Ragon in there. Just I can't remember when Ragon came in, but Ragon coming out first. Pinero is still on pit road. He might have penalty.
He does. He does. A speeding penalty. He came in way too fast. He crossed the line at 78 miles an hour. The speed limit is 55, so he got bopped for that. So the pole sitter seems to be out of contention already.
This is where we had our caution the last race in the first stint. Car coming up to speed, losing it on the apron. Ironically, another one of the Bread King cars. But Murphy and Shadid are together. They are in front of the lead pack. They're going to swap the lead back and forth, try to stay ahead of this pack. Everyone else is going to have to try to pit behind them. I'm not sure what happened to Ragon. Ragon's ahead of him by a lot, but he's like a sitting duck at the moment. But he is going to want to see Pizarro. Probably, well, nope. Pizarro, not Pizarro. Yeah, it is Pizarro. He was hoping Pizarro and whoever's in the Jeff Gordon car again. That's Talon. Is that Talon Smith? Yeah. Get up to speed, but they are unable to do so. So Ragon is ahead of them.
And I'd be remiss to mention right now, once again, just like the previous race, Mark Murphy and Trey Shadid came in together on the previous lap. And they're starting to work together and slingshot drafting their way up to the guys ahead of them. And that is Tony Pizarro, Alexander Ragon, Talon Smith up ahead of them.
So they should be good to go to the
more
finish.
Guys coming in.
We
Big
got
rock up.
problems. Everybody had to scatter in the wind.
Unbelievable.
Chris Willite was
to the
going in.
lead.
Chris Willite was going to go to pit road. He overshot it, realized he was going way too fast, had to make a quick adjustment.
Oh, that's going to cost him.
Yeah, it is, and he's way behind the lead pack right now. But
Okay, we're going to see if there's some more cars that peel off.
So Demerit for Porty and Neben came in. Jordan Worth led at the line. We'll see if more drivers come in. No, they are not.
Now, if you want to watch the undisputed leader of fuel savings in this group is Alexis Newsom.
No doubt about that. Newsom has been playing the wait in the back and save fuel strategy pretty much this whole race. And I would say, given the chaos of the situation right now, very good strategy on her part. She, of course, did not post a qualifying time, but we all know that when Alexis
really
Newsom shows up, she is definitely going to be a threat.
Yeah, she won the Lionheart Indy 500 by just basically one less pit stop than everyone else.
More drivers coming in. That's Alan Morea in the number 19.
Yep. He's
Big
by himself,
though. On that
He
left
is
front.
by himself.
Yeah, he's got no one to help him here. Not exactly ideal.
Back up to the front. They try to go 3 wide through 1 and 2 over here with Jordan still leading on the bottom. Stephen, I believe that is Stephen Lee. Yep, right through the middle. And
Stefano Casalabetta. Look at Casalabetta up on the high line here. He clears Lee and alongside Jordan Worth for the race lead.
good, hard-fought battle here. Anything can happen. The question is,
who's coming to pit road? Who's coming to pit road? No one's coming to pit road.
Wow.
No. More drivers staying out.
Yep, they're trying to stretch it as best they can.
I think we saw, what, 31, 32 laps, 33 laps?
To make one-stoppers here.
Oh, look at Will Height!
Oh, Chris Wilhite. Look at this move. 3 wide in the middle now. That's Kleber on the inside there. He sees the low line there.
They're going to go 3 wide here.
Jordan Worth basically lets William Price take the race lead with Justin Kleber right behind him.
Yeah, I think Jordan Worth.
Stephen Lee up the middle. Look at Stephen Lee in the middle of this 3 wide.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, look at this run. Stephen Lee
at the
will
line.
lead the race. And Casalabetta now way up there on that high line, but William Price is going to have that low line to work with, and both these guys up on the high line have no draft partners.
How they're maintaining this 3 wide battle, I will never know. They're going to try they want to try and make it 4 wide, but it's not going to work.
Hamilton Aquablazes in this battle as well. Cameron Bastain in this battle as well.
Yeah, we still got a big group. The top 13 cars within a second and a half of each other.
Here
as
comes Price
now on pit road. Another car coming in as well. Look at that! Whoa, that was close. That may have been a speeding penalty. It was. It was Zach Sprouse on the 23 in the McLaren livery. Overshot it. Overshot the pit road by a mile. Goes in the grass. He has a penalty.
Well, that'll be a race day done for him on that one, because you never want to get
these little pit road incidents will kill your day, especially if there's no caution, and we are gone caution-free, 28 of 45. Thanks for joining us for this impromptu doubleheader here on Race First Split 1.
Here we go.
Evenly.
Saw a winner that we haven't seen for a while here, Trey Shadid, along with I gotta find my results for the last race.
Aaron Likens.
Aaron Likens, the NTT IndyCar Series flagman, finished second, and Lionheart IndyCar star Alex Van de Sant finished third.
Amazing racing so far tonight. It's been chaotic as you would expect an IndyCar race at Talladega to be. And the same can be said for this one as well. We haven't had a caution yet, but there has been a lot of action.
So right now the top 8 have not pitted yet. Here comes one. Here comes Kleiber. Or I'm not, Justin, if we're saying your name wrong, I'm saying your name wrong, please let us know. We apologize in advance. But he comes down by himself, turning the lead over to Cassiabetta, Wilhite, Newsom, Aquabuezi, and I'm wondering what happened with Will. I think he was wanting to pit earlier, but since he missed pit road, he decided that he would go long, I guess. And right now, it doesn't seem to be hurting him too much as he's with the lead group. Cassiabetta is trying to sniff the draft from Jordan Worth, who is just out of the pits not too long ago.
Yeah, Wilhite behind him, though. Wilhite comes on the pit road.
Right,
same with...
time,
Oh, look at that. Cameron Baustian locks up hard, spins it.
Yeah, he spins out.
That is also going to be a penalty for Baustian and a ton of spots lost. Cameron Baustian gets it going. Very scary stuff there. And that's kind of that's maybe will be the scariest thing about this, because the pit speed limit is 55 miles an hour. You're shaving 200 miles an hour off of your speed to get down there, and you got to get down there pretty quick.
Yeah, these aren't the best brakes because, well, they're not on a road course. They use very thin carbon fiber brakes for their brakes here on ovals like this to help eliminate drag. And here comes some more.
Cassiabetta and Aquabuezi, big lockup by Cassiabetta, but gets it down just in time. And Alexis Newsom now takes over the race lead.
Zach Spreitzer in a very familiar position did the same thing in the last race.
Guys, there was I saw a black flag happen for Kleiber as well, so I don't know if he got pinged for speeding.
Kleiber is down and away here, but he has lost a ton of time. He's down a lap. Calamity has definitely happened right now to the 14 team, and that's sad to see given what he was doing earlier.
Yeah, I think he got...
Some sprites are going to stretch it one more lap. 33 laps on this third.
Oh! AJ Green!
AJ Green with a broken nose here, and he was actually he got in the wall, and Stephen Lee runs into the back of him, turns down, collects. Collects three more cars perhaps.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I said it was an NTT IndyCar livery. That is Dreyer and Reinbold IndyCar livery. So it looks like we are under caution. And
for Porty is one of the other cars involved in this, AJ Green. And there was one other car I saw.
Zach Sprouse. His night went from bad to worse.
Zach Sprouse. Just very unfortunate race for him tonight. So Alexis Newsom, strategy may not have worked in her favor on this one, and Zach Spreitzer along with it. Because
Green was up in the up near the wall, and I think he rubbed the wall a little bit. That took care of his momentum, and Green, Lee, unfortunately, had nowhere to go and just went right into the back of him.
Yeah, it was just there's a fine line between getting close to the wall and doing Ross Chastain did in Martinsville. The problem is this ain't Martinsville, and these ain't stock cars.
Watch this. There's a car already spinning coming out of the pits.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So he gets spooked into the wall, and then unfortunately Stephen Lee had nowhere to go.
Yeah, just very unfortunate circumstance, and now Newsom and Spreitzer both having to sacrifice the lead.
AJ Lee almost into the back end of who's the IndyCar or the Jeff Gordon car again? Talon Smith almost into the back of him under caution. There was some accusations of checking up under a caution in the last race, but we didn't really see where that was stemming from. We went back to take a look.
Yeah, I remember that. That was Tony Pizarro they were talking about in that one, and he definitely slowed up a fair bit. I'm not exactly sure why. It didn't look intentional, but it was just a weird circumstance there, with Pizarro just losing ground to the guys ahead of him under caution.
Well, we have reached the, let's see, they had 2 cautions in the first split, so we are halfway there.
Yeah. And again, very much like the last race, we're going to have a less than 10 lap shootout to end this.
Guys, I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're done wrecking yet.
There you see the best laps for every day. Stephen Lee with a 246. Pizarro, 249. Oh, here it is. Green, 253, 119. 253, 119 as a race lap. That is the fastest lap of the evening so far here on, at least for the race first coverage.
37.736 seconds. That is nearly 2 seconds faster than the pole time here tonight. Unbelievable lap by AJ Green, but it's just unfortunate for him to be at the center of our first caution tonight.
So Chris Merritt is your leader, and the 2 cars in front of him will get the wave around here momentarily. Hey, you can show your long-term support of Race First and become one of our Patreon members today. For as little as $1 a month, you can help support the channel now and into the future. There are 3 tier levels to choose from. Perks include seeing your name at the end of every broadcast as part of the closing credits and special designation on our Discord server. As our Patreon membership grows, we'll introduce other perks, so stay tuned. To join today, head on over to patreon.com/racefirst or click on the link in the description to pick your tier today. Programming note, and as a reminder, on November 19th, the Indy Open Strength of Field broadcast will conflict with the Open Wheels 500 in an effort to remove as many conflicts as possible. For the iRacing IndyCar community, Race First will be moving our coverage back a day to Friday, November 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So again, mark your calendars. Race First Indy Open Strength of Field broadcast for Week 10 in Indianapolis, with coverage sponsored by Team Watson Racing Setups, is being pushed back a day to Friday, November 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern. We want to thank the community members for their feedback and wish all the competitors good luck at Indy on that action-packed weekend. Hey, also don't know if you guys have already seen we got a schedule already shaping up for next Indy Fix season. We're just a few short weeks away from that starting. So far on the schedule, we don't have any particular order for them right now. We have Iowa at night, Gateway at night, Motegi, Michigan, Indy, Pocono, Homestead in the late afternoon into the evening, Kansas, late afternoon, Kentucky, a new Atlanta, Watkins Glen, and what I like to call proper Phoenix. So that is all coming up next season. That will be season 1 of 2023. That we'll be covering here on Race First and the Monday night Indy Fix Top Split.
And I'm going to be honest, some of the stuff that I've been told that is due in the build is going to be incredible. No spoilers, but be ready.
Oh, some new stuff coming in the build, huh?
Yep. Of course, a lot of the hype around the new BMW Le Mans hypercar. We'll see if that one shows up in this one or the next. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cool stuff to see around the holidays.
Something good for IndyCar. We often are forgotten a lot because, well, this is a NASCAR world and we're just kind of living in it.
I hope so. And one thing I want to make note of here before we start, Casalabetta, Kleber, and Pinero, they are all back on the lead lap. This caution played out brilliantly for them. And, of course, they don't have to pit. They got penalties earlier on for speeding on pit road, but now they're all on the lead lap towards the back of the top 20. But that's really no problem for those guys.
And get ready to go green. And
another one to also keep an eye on is Jordan Worth in that fruit car there.
Yeah.
He went a lap down under the previous cautions, got back up here.
The Merritt, Ragon, Smith, Barrera,
big stack here. What are we
Murphy, Shadid, Price. Looking back, see what the stack is. Will Height in 8th, Neiman in 10th.
Oh, I am not a fan of those kinds of restarts.
That was not right.
Yeah, Demerit just holds them up big time, and now look at Ragon. Ragon's got the slipstream here. Looking to the outside now, and he's going to take a few cars with him. That's Talon Smith up on the high line. Beautiful. Maria now trying to make the move there. Demerit just gets freight trained. Talon Smith to the race lead.
Look up, here he comes. Trey Shadid up high.
I was about to say it's not going to last long. Here comes everybody else. 3 wide, 2 rows deep.
Nick Neben up to the top here.
Look at this, and the 19 of Alan Moran.
They're 3 wide, almost 4 rows deep here.
Oh, look at this. This is amazing stuff. Talon Smith on the low line. We're gone in the middle.
Look at the middle of the back. Look at the middle of the back.
This is not the start of the Indianapolis 500, folks. This is 250 miles per hour at Talladega.
Unbelievable.
Neben's still up on the high side there. He's got help from Tony Pizarro as they go through turns 3 and 4 here. Everybody.
Almost a bad stack up, yeah.
Jordan Woods almost got hit there.
Massive check up there. Everybody is doing everything that they can with the dirty air that is throwing these cars around. We see cars getting loose every now and then through all 4 corners, even on new tires. Here as they head up into 1.
These cars in the mid-pack have no place to go. They're dying to get there, but they got no place to go.
There really is no room, and you cannot sneeze. And I'm looking at Pinero trying to pick off spots wherever he can, coming up from the rear. And we're gone in the middle, though, has a nose going into turn number 3. Nick Neben way up on that high line there, but Talon Smith still holding that bottom line is working very well for him.
Pizarro pushing Neben.
6 laps to go this time. Neben trying to get help way up on that high line by Tony Pizarro.
That time at the line, we're gone.
1/1000th of a second at the stripe. This is incredibly close racing. If we go green, this could shape up to be one of the closest finishes we've seen in a long time. We're gone. Trying to get the run once again. He's going to get help from Alan Morea down there in the middle groove. Talon Smith getting help from Christopher Demerit. And once again, that low line, the shortest distance, really seeming to help Smith right now. 5 to go. Still holding it 3 wide, multiple rows deep. This is the Talladega we know and love. And it's exactly the Talladega we know.
Nick Neben washing up just a little bit there, going into turn number 1. He kept the car off of the wall somehow at the most incredible speed that you could ever witness here at Talladega. Here comes Tony Pizarro trying to give him a little bit of help, but I think that run's about to hit the brick wall there, no pun intended, as they go through.
Oh, and slow down! And that just clicks the mid-pack!
It is out! Talon Smith basically threw that one away. He got his left sides on the apron. Unbelievable!
Oh my God.
Oh no, Talon Smith, the underdog runner, started 21st, had a chance of a win, and the apron gets him. Apron bad, causes the big one here at Talladega. At least 5, maybe 6 cars involved in this.
Guys, I hate to tell you, bad news. Jordan Wirth was also involved, and 1 car went airborne right into the fence. It was Adriano Pinero.
Pinero is also involved in it. Oh, goodness. And Chris Wilhite's another one in it, too. Brandon Lichtenberg is limping around with a completely broken car here. And the same can be said for Stephen Lee as well. Unbelievable. Massive wreck. And we're trying to figure out here, is this going to be game over? We're going to be coming to 3 laps to go here. It's going to be pretty close.
I think that is.
It's Alexandre Ragon. Through all of that, Ragon takes the race lead. Nick Neben, Alan Morea, Chris Demerit, and Tony Pizarro right now your top 5. If this is indeed a win, it's finally going to be a win for Alexandre Ragon on the broadcast, the same as it was for Trey Shadid in the previous one.
Well, I'm just going to say this right now. 2 races in one night. Absolute chaos.
Look from Mark Murphy's point of view. Watch this.
Wow.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Mark Murphy, he should go out and get a Powerball ticket right now, especially with the jackpot they have on offer.
We might get a one-lap sprint. I think we might get a one-lap sprint.
We probably will.
We're gonna get green, white / checker. And I got to tell you, the guy that's in the position to do the most damage here, and I don't mean that in a negative way, I'm talking about the damage to Regan winning, might be Neben, because we've seen that if you coming to the green flag, every time restart that we've seen so far, if you're leading, you are absolutely a sitting duck at the end of the backstretch.
Yeah, I think if Regan sees the lights go out on the pace car, he's going to have that sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach that Neben,
I don't think,
or Demerit for that matter, they're just going to be blowing by him on this restart.
Yeah, a lot of cars still on pit road getting some work done, but let's take a look at what we have left in the field. Regan is your leader. I think we're going to go racing for at least one lap. We'll see. Neben streaming at home. How you doing? Hi, Mom. All that good stuff. He is now P2. Morera P3. Morera P3. Demerit P4. He dodged a bullet in that incident with Talon Smith and happened directly in front of him. Pizarro still rolling. He is in 5th, trying to recover whatever IR and safety rating that he could have from his last race. He got DQ'd. Mark Murphy. Oh, something happened to Morera. Did he drop? Did Morera drop?
He seems to be having... Oh, geez. He's having big connection issues right now as Alan Morea.
Yep.
So Tracy Deed is now 6th.
This can be terminal.
Yeah, Cassia Betta 7th. Akobwezi 8th.
Unbelievable.
We still do have. Stephen Lee is operating in the same state that Pizarro was at the end of the last race. He's going to try to get home, but he is now making the turn down pit road. I think he just decided that he's going to go ahead and pit and accept whatever fate occurs to him on pit road. But Morera has not come back. He is done. That was a drop and no return. So that moves up everybody.
And survey says in the pace car.
Wait a minute, Nick Neben, same thing. Nick Neben, same thing. Nick Neben all of a sudden disappeared.
Oh no, Nick Neben as well. Is that it is? It's also a connection failure for Nick Neben with 2 laps to go in a podium place. What is happening to 2 of our top 3 runners? And now the guy in position to snatch a victory here could be Tony Pizarro or Mark Murphy.
Demerit's there too, yeah.
Chris Demerit as well. Demerit up to P2.
If I'm Pizarro or if I'm Murphy, I am getting such a run on Demerit that once Demerit puts the run on and passes Regan, which he is gonna, I'm gonna have a bigger run, and I have to clear these 2 in order to pull this thing off. That's what I have to do.
There is going to be no lifting. I guarantee you there will be no lifting on this last lap. All these guys, they are going to go full bore one more time, 2.66 miles, to see who can survive, who can win it. Let's see what Talladega can throw at them.
Yep, and there literally goes the connection for Nick Neben.
That is just awful. I feel bad for him. I'm sure that he was looking really good on his stream and everything. And Alan Morera, I feel bad for him as well. But definitely, I feel really bad for Neben, who we've had him in a couple top split races, and he's never really been in a position to get the win, and he was in a prime spot. So here we go, folks. We're going to go
shootout.
Yeah, it's a 1-lap shootout. And Regan's going now. Regan's going now.
Immediately, Demerit was
no! He passed the pace car! He passed the pace car! He just did a Scott Goodyear! He just did a Scott Goodyear!
Regan has a penalty. Demerit does not. Demerit does not have a penalty. He's going to be looking to the high side there. Oh my goodness, Regan just pulled a Scott Goodyear on us.
He just you got it. He's got here comes the other side. He comes straight to the edge.
Go 2 for 2. Shadid up on the high line. He takes the race lead
Crazy,
again.
he's to the bottom.
Unbelievable. Trey Shadid now leading the race. Demerit up on the high line, trying to get alongside.
Because
Number Gone has a penalty, of course. Coming to the checkers. Shadid with the lead. Demerit. Here comes Pizarro to the high line, making 3-1. Oh, they were wrecked. Unbelievable.
It's Casalabetta.
Stefano Casalabetta wins. Mark Murphy second, and Akabueze in third. Oh my goodness, what did we just witness?
He was staring at the checkered flag. He was staring at the checkered flag.
Oh my goodness. This is kind of what I feared would happen with Talladega. Unbelievable. Stefano Casalabetta is gotta be.
Okay,
he should get a lottery ticket himself.
I got a couple questions here.
I have several.
I'm laying this one at the feet of Ragon. He had a black flag. Why is he still pushing the issue?
I'm not sure if I could answer.
He goes up. He goes up into demerit.
Yeah, he does slide up into Chris Demerit. He was the cause of that one, and collects Shadid, collects Mark Murphy, who somehow finishes second, collects a whole bunch of cars,
and they're just continuing to wreck behind him. Just continue. I don't. Let's. Man, I gotta write on Mark. I gotta write on. And we're gonna. I'm sure we need to get into the interview room because I'm sure there's some people here. But here's Trey Shadid looking at 2 for 2 for today. Nope.
Just highway robbery, I would say, for Trey Shadid. It would be great if we got him in the booth again. Oh my goodness.
And he just hit the wall, and he just floored it and got across and managed to finish 8th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Overall, the situation, that is what I would call highway robbery for Trey Shadid. He had the win in hand and was thrown away because of an incident caused by someone else, and someone who I really have to question that situation. That really, when you get down to it, Ragon put himself in that one there by jumping the pace car and pulling what Scott Goodyear did at the 95 Indy 500.
All right, your winner is Stefano Casalabetta. Led 1 lap all day. Well, actually, I think he might have led more than that. Actually, through pit stints. But he is your winner. Mark Murphy second. Hamilton Akabueze, a much better finish for him after the last race. Zach Spreitzer, P4. Alexis Newsom, very quietly, P5. Demerit wrecked on his way to 6th. Price, P7. Shadid 8th, Tony Pizarro 9th, Keebler 10th, Lichtenberg 11th, Ragon 12th, Green 14th, Talon Smith 14th, and Sprouse 15th. Moving on back there, Bastain and Neben. I feel bad for Neben. I feel bad for Murray. They both dropped. Stephen Lee, unfortunately, got into the back of AJ Green when he's kind of rubbed against the wall and slowed down, and unfortunately ended his day. He's there in the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. The rest of the field, and we had 24 cars. Will Worth, Pinero for Porty, and Torrance. And for Pinero, this is going to hurt because this was the higher of the 2 races with the strength of field. So this was going to hurt him because he's going to probably have to end up dropping this one.
Probably so, sadly. I'm seeing Mark Murphy and Christopher Demerit probably has a few things to say. And after that one as well, he's in the interview room as well.
Time permitting, we will bring up Demerit. Let's bring up Murphy first. Hey, Mark, we got you here. A little bit different outcome for this race. But really, the elephant in the room is that restart. Ragon, Scott Goodyear did. I mean, there's no other way around it, and kind of backed up the field, and then really remained engaged when he probably should have backed out and let you guys go. and ultimately, I believe, was the cause of the incident through the tri-oval that really cost your teammate the win. You managed to be part of it, but you managed to make it through it and through second place. Your thoughts on everything leading to that finish?
I guess it's thanks for having me up here, Gary and Steven. I guess it's my time to have unpopular opinions or make proclamations, because I'm going to make another one. If that doesn't get him suspended for a long time, then I lose faith in the officiating. Like, he jumped the start, he got a black flag, and then he basically turned right to hit Chris, who come and run with us and did a heck of a job. And it's always great to see Chris Demerit and the I5G here G team race with us. He runs up, he turns right to hit Demerit, and then just turns left and drills Trace. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen, while he had the black flag. And the sad part is, I have all the respect in the world for Adriano Pinheiro, because he always races hard and clean and fair. But his two teammates have a less than stellar reputation, and you guys saw why.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's all I have to say about that. The strategy worked. It was perfect.
Yeah, it worked again. Yeah, you guys did a great job.
Yeah. And
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about the about that strategy, because pitting in early, of course, you had your teammate Trace you did helping you there. What would you say is the biggest thing that's been netting you the track position you need for that pit strategy to work? Well, is it like the fact that you're coming in with a teammate, or is it that you're just nailing your entry and exit the whole time and the teammate is just icing on the cake?
Both. You can't do that alone. You have to have somebody with you. And the reason is that if you don't have somebody with you, you don't have anybody to draft with. And so you can run flat out by yourself is about 40 flat, maybe a hair under. If you hug the bottom and do, and use all the tricks, it's about a 40 flat. If you're with somebody and you can pull that slingshot off, you can run 39.4 to 39.6. So you're able to pull away from the pack, and the longer you're able to do that, and the pack is still out there, the further away you get. And that's the strategy. And you also guard against the caution, because this is just like Pocono or any road course where you don't lose a lap pitting under green. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason to stay out. The tire fall off is nothing. I think my tires were still at 93% on the rights at the end of the race. So
yeah,
you don't lose any tire. The only concern is fuel. You want to change them just because they get hot, but there's no real concern about tire wear. It's just all about getting the right amount of fuel and how many laps you think you can do, and you can be in that position to slingshot, and you can be 3-4 tenths quicker than the pack, and then you know what? You're in great shape to do something cool. And Trace, that guy got a long deserved first win earlier. Can't say enough about him.
This was his tonight. This was his tonight. It should have been his tonight. Yeah.
This was his race too, and we come up one swerving Brazilian with a black flag shorter running 1-2 in this one, and we take a huge bite out of a points lead, and I've still got I think I've still got two. I know I've got 2 drops. Will Height's got a drop. Pinheiro is pretty much in the clubhouse, so that's kind of where it is and where we're shaping up, and I'm looking forward to a lot of fun, and thanks to you guys and my friends at Black Magic Designs and Team Raceverse, and we'll keep plugging along.
All right, well, congratulations on the P2. Glad you made it through that mess, and I feel horrible for your teammate, so our condolences to him. Please go console him on our behalf for us. That should have been his race. We're going to bring up Chris Demerit to get his input on that last lap, but thanks again for showing up. You guys had an overall great night, so congratulations. And as always, we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Thanks, Gary, Justin, Steven. Y'all have a good night. Say hi to Chris for me. He's a cool dude.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll bring him on up. Hey, Chris, we saw you here. I know you got some things to say. You're probably not going to find any disagreement amongst the three of us here in the booth. I asked the same question. Why did we have a car with a black flag engaged with you guys so deeply in that incident or in that instance? I'm sure you have some other thoughts.
I'm just gonna chalk it down to he really wanted to race, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna go with that answer because that's probably the least bad answer I can think of.
A very high road of you. Very high road of you. Well, it was going to look like a possible P2, definitely a podium finish for you more than likely. You got bumped down to sixth. Your two races overall, I mean, it's Talladega, man. But it's good to see you here and good to have representation from I5G. While we got you here real quick, you guys don't have any shout outs? Anybody want to say hi to while we got you on the program? It's been a while since we've had you up here.
Yeah, I want to say hi to everyone at I5G, all my family at home. But anytime I gain iRacing or iRating in a fixed race is a pretty good one. I do that with both of them, so I can't be too upset. It could have been a lot worse.
There you go. There you go.
Gain iRacing. Gain iRacing. That's did we figure something out here? We must know. We must know after the broadcast.
Well, congratulations on the at least positive iRating gains in these two races because you know how well they can go really bad really quick. So congratulations on at least the top 10 here. Thanks for stopping in and seeing with us a little bit. And thanks for being a part of these two races and having you on the program.
Yep, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Wow. Are we glad that we stuck around for this second race?
Yeah,
I am. My vocal cords probably aren't, but
yeah.
But man, Talladega, it did Talladega things for us, and this is kind of the thing that this sort of racing encourages. It's amazing to watch. There's a lot of drama, a lot of high-speed action, and really, it's a wild card of who's going to win it, and that really showed in the result here tonight. It was almost going to be two in a row for Trace did, but Talladega just happened to do Talladega things, and it deprived him of that. But well done to Stefano Casalabetta getting his first win on the Monday Night Indy Fix broadcast. That really just goes to show the chaos that Talladega can bring.
And not to cut you off before you talk, Justin, but actually we're watching the slow motion replay of, and I brought up Casabetta's car, and he actually spun out on his pit stop exit. So, I mean, talk about luck for this guy. I don't know what lotteries they have down in Brazil, but he needs to go and buy multiple tickets because we're watching an instance that would have taken just about anybody else out of the running. He manages to catch a timely caution and work his way back up in the field and then work his way through that last incident to get a very, very surprise win. Justin, your thoughts on the night, man?
First race was absolute chaos. Second race, absolute chaos. Fuck with controversy. Somebody basically pulling a Scott Goodyear, and next thing you hear, oh no!
Yep.
And the shenanigans before the race was over, that's just not right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if. We got it right here on the broadcast. We saw many different angles. If someone wants to submit that for a protest, that might be grounds to do so. But in the meantime, I want everyone to take this cool down period and just relax and take the rest of the night off and try to be happy because Lord knows there's going to be enough division tomorrow. I don't know if I can deal with any division going into tomorrow. So
yeah, I don't think none of us can.
Right. Yeah. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, tomorrow is election day here in the United States. So guys, So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podiums from Talladega. In race 1, Trace did with his long overdue win. The flagman for the NTT IndyCar Series, Aaron Likens, is second, and Lionheart IndyCar star Alex Van de Sam is third. In race 2, Hamilton Akabwezi recovers after getting pretty much taken out as an innocent bystander in race 1. Mark Murphy gets on a podium here again, and Stefano Cassiabetta with a surprise win as the seas opened up in front of him, and he cruises on to getting the win here at Talladega. Join Steven and myself again, and Justin as well, for round 10 of the Monday Night IndyFix Top Split of Season 422. Things will get back to normal as the series moves to the tricky Nashville Superspeedway next week. Coverage, as always, begins around, remember, it's change time. We had time change on Sunday, so now everything's 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. That's 7:15 p.m. Eastern, and you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/racefirst. Hey, we absolutely love bringing these races to you, and for that matter, we brought you 2 races tonight, but they're not easy and require time and money to produce. Because of your generosity and donations, we've been able to bring you a year of Indy fixed action, nearly commercial free. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and enjoyed our coverage of the Monday Night Indy Fix Top Split, please take time to go visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our Season 422 Monday Night Indy Fix Top Split broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution we greatly appreciated. We thank you for watching and make us part of your Monday evenings each and every week. Whew. I gotta get a pause. I'm out of it too. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not easy, so please help support Race First with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let's shout out the thought of tonight's races. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. And I think both those races definitely deserve likes. That's for sure, don't you, fellas? So if you're new, click subscribe and hit the bell for weekly reminders so you'll miss out on more of Race First other iRacing programming, including the Indy Open Strength of Field, which will be this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, with coverage sponsored by Team Watson Racing Setups, and it'll be at just down the road at Barber Motorsports Park. So virtual IndyCars all over the virtual north of Alabama. And don't forget, starting December 7th will be round 1 of the winter 2022-2023 season of the Revolution Indy League Schaefer IndyCar Series. That's all right here on Race First. Hey, keep your browser set here for the most in-depth IndyCar knowledge and all iRacing. Race First, we know what Indy means. For business inquiries to learn more about Race First and what we do, visit racefirst.com. Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. You can follow all of us on Twitter via our handles right here at the bottom of the page, and we would love to talk to you about today's race. There's Race First, there's me, there's Stevie, there's Justin. We'll be happy to talk to you. Just add us. So for Stephen Larkamp, Justin Petschauer, everyone at Race First, I'm Gary Gotzo saying all good night, and thanks for watching, and sticking around for both races. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again next week in Nashville for round 10 of Season 4 of 2022 of the Monday Night Indy Fix Top Split. Good night.